What if the reason your LinkedIn content that you're creating is not generating clients has nothing to do with the quality of the content itself? I've talked about this before in other trainings. It's quality over quantity, but you may still not be getting the right results. So I always like to do like a monthly State of the Union. And in this month, I want to go over why your LinkedIn content is getting attention, but it's not getting clients. Now, before I dive into the three key aspects of things that you need to know about, Nancy and I have created a free guide for anyone that wants it. It is the high impact post templates for LinkedIn content to generate visibility and business. It is completely free. So it's three fill in the blank style, Mad Lib style posts that get high visibility, but also lead people to wanting to connect with you. So obviously you can gain more business. If you would like this free guide, all you have to do is type the word me, M-E, in the comments below if you're watching on social, whether it's YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. If you're listening on the podcast, it's even easier. Just head to the description of this episode and you can grab the link there. So, in this month's State of the Union, so there's a shift going on right now. And again, this is all stuff that Nancy and I are testing out because I want to always see what what is and what is not working. So there is a shift right now from visibility to conversion, meaning there are so many people that are chasing the vanity metrics, the likes, the comments, and just looking like things are doing well with business. But that visibility, that vanity isn't converting. It's not growing your followers. It's not having people reach out to you. It's not converting lead calls. It's not leading to business. It's just vanity. It's good metrics that are leading to no monetary metrics. The the high intent content that you can produce aimed at buyers, clients, prospects, decision makers is outperforming broad educational or awareness-based posts. So what does that mean? If you ever look at any of the content that I create on LinkedIn, yes, I educate, I inform, I raise awareness, but there's high intent behind everything that I do. I'll give you a case in point. I did a training, I did a post, I did a newsletter edition on the 7 different ways that you can generate leads on LinkedIn. And I went through all 7 ways. It had to do with the people that vote in your polls, subscribe to your newsletter, like posts, comment on posts, uh, engage, reshare your content and such, push notifications, new connections. I gave 7 examples of how you can generate leads on LinkedIn. Now, here's the thing. It wasn't broad based. It was educational, it was awareness building, but it was high intent aimed at people that were looking to generate more leads on LinkedIn. And I have people reaching out to me every week because of this. So you have to understand with LinkedIn right now, you have to give in order to get. Don't be afraid to give too much value because LinkedIn is devaluing the broad educational and awareness based type posts, but they're rewarding more at the high intent content, whether that's a newsletter, whether that's a video, a post, a poll, and that's aimed at decision makers, that's aimed at specific people. So that's the first big thing. The second thing is LinkedIn is making a bigger push, and this is something that I'm starting to adapt to. LinkedIn is pushing out and giving more visibility around short, micro proof content like quick client wins. So if you have a testimonial or a success story from a client, maybe they, you know, got a new deal based on something that you teach. Small metrics. So I could show the growth of my follower count over the last 30 days based on the content that I've, been pushing out there. Stuff like that. Behind the scenes insights um, that kind of show a little bit more of how you go about business. Your daily activity. So many people show the the what you have to do, but not the how to do it. So you'll notice sometimes even in my LinkedIn newsletter editions, I will kind of take you through a journey of something I'm teaching. Like I did a newsletter edition the other day about the value of polls in LinkedIn groups, and I actually showed three different examples, behind the scenes examples of poll questions that I created for specific LinkedIn groups that I was in, and I highlighted the results they got. All of them got over 100 votes. All of them had over a few thousand impressions. All of them had comments. You got to show the behind the scenes stuff. But if you can mix in a client win in one week and maybe the next week a behind the scenes or a small metric, something that is digestible. So LinkedIn wants that micro proof type of content right now. Why? It's digestible, it is easy to understand, and it doesn't take a lot of thought or brain power for people to connect the dots of what you do and how you do it. If you were to go on there and you would list 10 to 15 different things, that is going to overwhelm people and they will move from your post onto something that they can digest easier. So you have to understand, I've talked about this before, but goldfish have a longer attention span than human beings now. So that micro proof content is worth you trying as well. So remember, client wins, some small metrics that you can share, behind the scenes insights. That's building trust faster, more than long form storytelling and traditional case studies. So think about shortening it to the attention span of the ideal client. Now, the last point that I wanted to make has to do with the LinkedIn algorithm. So the LinkedIn algorithm appears to be rewarding deeper engagement signals such as profile clicks, direct messages, and conversations, meaning your content should be designed to create action, not just likes and impressions. That's the vanity that I talked about a little bit earlier. If you're not, LinkedIn has reported in three straight quarterly reports that conversations in content have increased at least 25% quarter to quarter, meaning people are conversing in the content of what you're creating. That's what LinkedIn is rewarding for. If you're having more people talking, not just liking, right? Not just hitting that like button or the insightful or the funny or the support or the love. It's taking it a step further. It's taking deeper engagement signals. So you can actually see through some of the insights on LinkedIn if certain content led to certain action. And that's something that I'm always interested in because I want to know what is and what is not working. So certain posts, they will show you if they led to anything in particular, whether it's profile views, followers gained, reactions, comments, reposts. This is something that people need to understand. LinkedIn does not, they share this content for a specific reason. They share that, all these things because they want to see what is and what is not working. So when you look at some of the insights of what's going on, and the LinkedIn algorithm is changing all the time, that they're rewarding for this deeper engagement. And you can see this by, and just to kind of show you an example, if you were to go on to LinkedIn, so if you went to LinkedIn and you share and you click on, and I'll show you in a second, if you go onto LinkedIn and you click on your post impressions on the left-hand side, okay? And you go down and you'll see that it'll show you some of your top performing posts, and there'll be different analytics for each of them, right? And when you go through, you can actually click on you can click on the specific analytics of that post to take a deeper look at what is actually going on. So if I was to go through and I was to see, certain analytics of maybe my LinkedIn newsletter, it'll show me, 543 impressions, 356 members reached, 2715 article views, 28% email open rate, one profile view from the post, no followers gained, 27 social engagements, 17 reactions, and 10 comments. So these are the deeper engagement signals that LinkedIn actually wants, and they're showing you this stuff. And I really highly advise you guys to look at all of this, because these are those signals that's telling you that LinkedIn is either rewarding you or not. If you're seeing a lot of comments, that's a great thing. People, the more that people engage in your content and you engage back with them, the more LinkedIn is going to show your content to other people, which means you have a better chance of people viewing your profile, following your account, reaching out to you, DMing you. Those are all of those important metrics, not the vanity. It's not about likes and impressions. I may not get as many impressions as other people, but I have more deeper engagement going on. I can promise you that. I have people reaching out to me to talk to me all the time, every single week. So remember, LinkedIn, they're shifting from visibility to conversion as far as content goes. Short micro-proof content is starting to prove to be better to hold engagement and create more trust long term and quicker, actually. But also, LinkedIn algorithm is rewarding deeper engagement, not just likes and engagement. So, again, before I sign off, if you do want our free guide, the 3 high impact post template resource for LinkedIn content, for visibility, engagement, and conversions in your business, just type the word me in the comments, ME, and I'll send you the link to it. And that's if you're watching on social. If you're listening on the podcast, the description of this episode has the link right there for you. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you next time.